12 country music legends still showing up, still fighting, still refusing to walk away, even when their bodies are telling them it's time. You know their voices. You grew up with these songs.
I'm not interested in romance. Or what?
And if you've been paying attention, you also know that some of them are fighting battles most people would have quit years ago. This isn't about artists coasting into retirement. This is about legends who love this music so much, who need it so much, that they're willing to push through pain, grief, and bodies that don't work the way they used to, just to stand on that stage one more time. Let's talk about what that really looks like. Number 12, Dolly Parton. Number 12, Dolly Parton. And before you say it, yes, Dolly, 80 years old, still working, still creating, and still fighting harder than she's letting on. September 2025, she postpones her Las Vegas residency. Doesn't give details, just says she needs medical procedures. Then her husband, Carl Dean, dies in March. 58 years of marriage, gone. And here's the thing about grief, it doesn't ask permission. It just shows up and takes over. Dolly said it herself at Dollywood in March 2026. I just kind of got worn down and worn out, grieving over Carl and a lot of other little things going on. Little things. That's Dolly speak for kidney stone infections, undisclosed surgeries, and a body that's been carrying the weight of a 60-year career. But she's not stopping, rewriting songs for a Broadway musical, showing up at Dollywood, recording a video titled, I Ain't Dead Yet, because people kept assuming she was. If you've ever kept going when everything inside you wanted to stop, not because you were strong, but because quitting felt worse than the pain, you know exactly where Dolly is right now. And that's not strength, that's love. For the music, for the people, for the life she built. Number 11, Lorrie Morgan.
I'm not interested in romance. Or what?
Lorrie Morgan, 65. And if there's one thing Lorrie knows, it's loss. She married Keith Whitley in the 80s. 3 years later, he's gone. Widowed at 29. Then in 2008, she marries Randy White. 17 years together. Her rock, her partner. April 2025, she cancels shows. Randy's battling mouth cancer. She steps off the stage to take care of him. And if you know Lorrie's story, if you know how many times she's had to pick herself up, you know that decision wasn't easy.
Don't you understand?
June 1st, Randy dies. June 7th, 6 days later, Lorrie's back on stage at the Grand Ole Opry. Teal sequins, silver boots, playing Me and Tequila like her heart isn't breaking in real time. You don't do that because you're fine. You do that because the stage is the only place that makes sense when nothing else does. And here's what doesn't show up in headlines. Lorrie's been doing this for 41 years. Member of the Opry since she was a teenager. 12 million records sold. And every single time life tried to stop her, she found a way to keep singing. If you've ever gone back to work while you were still grieving because bills don't wait and neither does life, you understand what Lorrie's carrying right now.
Let's look at the numbers. Only 9% of you are actually subscribed. Honestly, that's tough to see. Our team spends days hunting down archives and verifying every single fact just to tell these stories right. If you've made it this far into the video, you're clearly part of the community, so please hit subscribe. It costs nothing and helps us immensely. Now, for those already subscribed, very few of you have made the jump to our membership, and that's a hard pill to swallow because you're the ones who know our value best. If this channel has moved you or inspired you, consider joining. It's the price of one coffee, but it's the literal fuel for this channel. Let's keep this alive together. Back to the story.
Number 10, Tanya Tucker.
Take you to his mansion in the sky.
Number 10, Tanya Tucker, 66 years old. And if you saw her perform recently, you'd never know she's been putting her body back together piece by piece. 2021, emergency hip surgery. Doctors find a fracture she's been performing on. Then in 2023, neck surgery, cancel shows, postpones dates. Says she's recovering but needs more time. Here's the part people forget. Tanya's been doing this since she was 13. Delta Dawn at 13 years old. 53 years of tour buses, dive bars, arena stages, county fairs, every kind of venue you can name. And your body keeps score. But Tanya's not slowing down. With 2023, inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. 2024 opens a pop-up bar in Nashville. Still touring, still recording, still showing up even when her body's telling her to sit this one out. Fans say she doesn't act her age on stage. 25 up there, never misses a beat. That's not because she's 25. That's because she refuses to let the pain show. She's 41 and her daddy's still. And if you've ever smiled through something that hurt because people were counting on you and you didn't want to let them down, you know exactly what that costs. Tanya's paying it every night and she's still showing up. Number 9, George Strait.
Next day I chased around the playground.
George Strait, 73, king of country. And at a show in Philadelphia last May, he sat down mid-performance and back gave out, just like that. He told the crowd straight, "My back gave out and I won't be able to dance around as much as I usually do." Kept singing, finished the show, didn't make a big deal out of it. But then he said something that hit different. "I have maybe 5 good years to sing my songs for you folks, but hell, it's been around 50 now and I still love it just as much as I ever did." 5 years. That's the window he's given himself. Knee replacement surgery in 2025, chronic back pain, body that's been standing on stages since the early 80s. And here's what's wild. George retired from full touring back in 2012. Said he was done with the road, but he keeps coming back. Stadium shows with Chris Stapleton, Vegas residency, special dates. Because quitting sounds easy until you try it. If you've ever said just one more year and then kept saying it because walking away felt like giving up on the thing that made you who you are, you understand what George is doing. He's not touring. He's holding on to the music, to the moment, to the feeling of his feet not touching the ground when he walks through those curtains.
And I rise. Ain't much changed, I still chase him.
Number 8, Randy Travis.
This love that I feel for you always will be.
Number 8, Randy Travis, 66 years old. And 13 years ago, his whole world stopped. July 2013, viral cardiomyopathy, heart failing, fluid-filled lungs. He flatlines, doctors bring him back. But somewhere between dying and waking up, he has a massive stroke. Aphasia, can't speak, can't read, can't write. Left side of his brain, the part that controls all of that, gone. His wife, Mary, said he couldn't recognize a TV remote, didn't know what a telephone was, had to relearn everything like a child. And singing Forget It. The voice that gave us Forever and Ever, Amen, couldn't form a sentence.
Oh, baby, I'm gonna love you forever.
But here's the thing about Randy. He's still touring. 2019, he calls a singer named James Dupree, asks him to be his voice on stage. And now Randy's out there, more life tour, sitting in a wheelchair, directing the show, letting Dupree sing while he connects with the fans. April 2026, he rolls out on the stage and the crowd gives him a standing ovation. Not because he sang, because he showed up.
Well, you're not just time that I'm killing.
If you've ever had to redefine what success looks like because the thing you used to do isn't possible anymore, but you found another way to stay in the game, you know what Randy's doing. He's not performing. He's refusing to disappear.
And ever, amen.
Number 7, Willie Nelson.
If I made you feel
Willie Nelson, 92 years old, and he's still out here. Emphysema, chronic breathing issues, had to quit smoking, switched to edibles because Willie's gonna Willie, but his lungs are shot. Performs sitting down now because standing for 2 hours isn't happening anymore.
tell me that your sweet love hasn't died.
Summer 2024 cancels a handful of outlaw festival dates. Doctor's orders, 4 days rest. Fans panic. 91 years old and he's skipping shows. This has to be it, right? Nope. July 4th, 2025, he's back, headlining his own picnic in Camden, then announces the 2026 Outlaw Festival Tour, full schedule, Willie Nelson and family, on the road again. And people keep asking why. Man's 92, he's got nothing left to prove.
But you were always on my mind.
Sold 70 million records, Country Music Hall of Fame. Lifetime Achievement Awards stacked so high you'd need a forklift. But here's what Willie said back in 2021. I never wanted to do the big retirement tour like people do, then take a year off and then come back and stuff. I think that's kind of cheesy. So he just keeps going. Because for Willie, this isn't work, it's breathing. And when you take that away, what's left? If you've
All those lonely, lonely times.
ever kept showing up to something long past the point where anyone expected you to, not for the money, not for the recognition, just because it's who you are, Willie's your guy. He's not touring, he's living.
Give me
Number 6, John Michael Montgomery.
'Cause I
Number 6, John Michael Montgomery, 60 years old when he made the call. Last year on the road, not because he wanted to, because he had to. John's still young compared to the others on this list. 59 when he announced it, but 3 decades of touring, bus breakdowns, late nights, the grind of playing 200 dates a year, it catches up.
and when there's silver.
Ray Stevens at 85 saying goodbye makes sense. Lee Greenwood at 81 dealing with physical problems. You see that coming? But John Michael at 59, that hits different. He didn't say much about why, just that 2024 was it. And when you look at his career, I swear, going number 1 in 1994, crossover success, sold out shows for 30 years, walking away before 60 is a choice nobody makes lightly.
I'll give you every.
Sometimes your body writes the ending before you're ready. And here's what people don't talk about. John kept going as long as he could, pushed through when most people would have stopped, only quit when there was no other option.
Like a shadow that's by.
If you've ever had to retire early, not because you wanted to, but because your body said we're done, you know how that feels. Like you're betraying the younger version of yourself who thought you'd do this forever. John Michael's living that right now.
Till death do us part. I'll love you.
Number 5, Alan Jackson.
Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just to live it.
Alan Jackson, 66, and he's known this was coming for a long time. 2011, doctors diagnosed him with Charcot-Marie tooth disease, genetic, inherited it from his daddy, degenerative nerve condition, no cure. For 10 years, he doesn't tell anyone, just deals with it quietly, stumbling on stage, trouble balancing in front of the microphone, feeling uncomfortable but never saying why. 2021, he finally goes public, tells Jenna Bush Hager on Today, "It's getting more and more obvious, and I know I'm stumbling around on stage." May 2025, he plays his last road show in Milwaukee, tells the crowd, "This is my last one out on the road for me, and I'm so blessed." But he's not done yet. June 27, 2026, one more show, Nashville, Nissan Stadium, last call, one more for the road, the finale. Where it all started, where it all ends. And here's the heartbreak. Alan's voice is fine. CMT doesn't touch your vocal cords. He can still sing every note, but his legs don't work. His balance is gone. Standing on stage for 2 hours isn't possible anymore, so he's walking away while he still can, before it gets worse, before he can't give fans the show they deserve.
She wasn't ready, so I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. Dropped her off.
If you've ever had to quit something you love because your body couldn't do it anymore, even though your heart was still in it, this one's gonna hurt. Number 4, Merle Haggard's legacy and influence on today's struggling artists.
Before you move along.
Wait! Merle's been gone since 2016. So why bring him up now? Because every single artist on this list grew up listening to Merle. And Merle spent his final years doing exactly what they're doing now, performing through pain, refusing to quit, playing shows when his body was falling apart. In 2008, lung cancer, surgery, keeps touring. 2015, double pneumonia, hospitalized twice, cancels shows, then comes back. April 6th, 2016, his 79th birthday, Merle dies. 4 days earlier, he was still making plans for the next album. And here's what every artist on this list learned from Merle. You don't retire. You just keep going until you can't anymore.
And turn back the years and say.
Willie saw it. George saw it. Alan Jackson saw it. They all watched Merle play through pneumonia and cancer because the stage was the only place that made sense. That's the legacy nobody talks about. Not the songs, not the awards, the refusal to stop.
To say goodbye like.
If you've ever watched someone you admire keep going long past the point where it made sense because they loved it too much to let go, you've seen what Merle taught a whole generation of country artists, and they're living it now. Number 3, the Oak Ridge Boys. The Oak Ridge Boys. And we're not talking about one guy. We're talking about a group trying to hold it together as time catches up with all of them. Dwayne Allen, 81 years old. Richard Sturban, 83. Joe Bonsall, 76, died in July 2025 from complications of ALS. William Lee Golden, 86. They've been harmonizing since the 70s. Elvira in 1981. Country Music Hall of Fame in 2015. 60 years of matching suits and 4-part harmony. But here's the problem. You can't replace what they have. And when one voice goes, the whole thing falls apart. Joe Bonsall fought ALS for years. Kept performing as long as he could. Finally had to step back, then passed away last July. And the rest of them still out there, still touring. Because walking away would mean admitting that the Oak Ridge Boys, the actual Oak Ridge Boys, are over. Here's what happens when you build something with people for 60 years. You don't just lose a bandmate, you lose a piece of your own history, and if you stop, you have to sit with that loss every single day. So they keep singing, not because it's easy, because stopping would hurt more. If you've ever stayed in something longer than you should have, because leaving would mean admitting it's really over, you know what the Oak Ridge Boys are doing. Number 2, Charlie Pride's final years and what it means for country's pioneers.
Ask me why, I just smile and say.
Charlie Pride, first black member of the Grand Ole Opry, first black country music Hall of Famer, broke every barrier country music had, and he performed until he couldn't anymore. November 2020, CMA Awards. Charlie gets the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award, performs Kiss an Angel Good Morning one last time. 3 weeks later, he's dead. COVID-19, 86 years old.
Let her know you think about her when you're gone.
And here's what nobody talks about. Charlie knew he was at risk. 86, immunocompromised, middle of a pandemic. He could have stayed home, could have sent a video message, but he showed up because that stage meant everything.
Kiss an angel good morning and love her like the devil.
And every pioneer on this list, Willie, Dolly, George, they all watched Charlie keep going until the end. They saw what it looks like when you refuse to quit, even when quitting might save your life. That's the cost of love in this music. You don't get to walk away when it makes sense. You walk away when you can't physically do it anymore. And sometimes, not even then.
And love her like the devil when you get back home.
If you've ever made a choice that did make a logical sense, but made emotional sense, because the thing you were doing mattered more than the risk, you understand why Charlie was on that stage in November 2020. He wasn't being reckless. He was being Charlie Pride.
And the answer is in this song that I'll...
Number 1, every artist fighting right now,
9 to 5, working 9 to 5.
number 1 isn't a person. It's every artist on this list and every artist like them. Because here's the thing, this isn't about individual health battles. It's about a generation of country legends who built their entire identity around performing, and now they're watching their bodies betray them. Alan can't balance. Randy can't speak. Willie can't breathe standing up. George's back gave out mid-show. Dolly's dealing with surgery she won't talk about. And they're all still showing up. Not because they're heroes, because they don't know how to be anyone else. You spend 50 years being the person on stage, and then one day someone tells you that's over. What do you do with that? Who are you when the thing that made you's gone?
With these two hands, we'll hang some.
So they keep going until they can't. And even then, some of them find ways to stay connected, like Randy touring with another vocalist or Dolly rewriting songs from a hospital bed. Here's what every artist on this list understands. The stage isn't just where they work, it's where they exist. And giving that up feels like dying before you're dead. If you've ever held on to something long past the expiration date, not because it made sense, but because letting go would mean losing yourself, you know exactly what they're fighting for. It's not the applause, it's not the money. It's the feeling of still being alive.
And a hoochie coochie. Willie.